The Gutenberg Bible.
Yeah, okay.
All right, y'all. We out here at the marijuana dispensary. First one that's opened up in Boston. Got the owners over here. Excuse me.
Everybody's got a professional camera.
It's located at 430 Blue Hill Avenue in the Grove Hall section of Boston.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
All these cameras out here, you tell me you don't put it on you.
I mean, you put the right in my face, you're gonna ask me.
Well, I don't have to ask you. There's no expectation of privacy in public. No expectation of privacy in public, brother.
Thank you. I'll get in touch.
Okay, brother.
And you got my email.
Hi.
Right there. Yeah.
No. Very exciting times here in South Boston. One woman here was giving an account of how her son had been fighting with the courts for a $20 cannabis charge, and he would still be locked up right now. Unfortunately, he's passed away for other reasons. But there's a lot of people who are serving time for cannabis, and now the city's getting profitable.
Yeah, I watched the brother die in the 7-Eleven last night. Gotcha. But that's my statement.
¿En qué canal puedo ver? Entonces.
No, I can't get it.
What do you mean? You gotta get hold of the bank first.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll be back.
Okay. Take care of your driver.
How you doing, brother? You all right? Yeah. Everything needs to be got to be done. We got the weed. Now I'm bringing it right here. You. All right, brother.
Got a lot of can bags here, official press.
Big man, you had your coffee and donuts yet?
Make sure you put the resistance on that. First Amendment auditor. The resistance. First Amendment auditor.
I have a question for you. Are you? I work for the Associated Press. Are you wearing a mask out of concern about coronavirus?
No comment on that.
Okay. Sir, are you wearing a mask out of concern about coronavirus?
Yes.
Peter, who's running the media side. Yep, with the great hit on
Passed
there.
the legislation where you can't wear face masks in public? I hope not, but I know Massachusetts was talking about that at some point, which would be shitty, but I don't know if they did.
Right, brother. How you doing?
When Bob was found dead in 1995, We know, everybody knows who did it.
Hey, Papa. See y'all later. Coming out of jail, ain't had no job and shit, but they took number. I want to hire $30,000. Yes, so I don't work here for us all. You know? That way we don't have
Right, but you're on my heel, so bitch push it correctly. Shitting me? What happened?
You guys the owners?
No, they were just interviewing. I think they were back inside.
No, sir. How you doing, brother? Hey, I like that gold in your mouth, boy. Everything got a mouth full of gold. What's up, brother?
They're trying to say, well, we realize that we've really been hurting certain communities. And this is what this place is. This is the first one they're opening. They said we're not, it's the first dispensary.
Smart move, smart move.
It's called the economic empowerment. It's an applicant who is living.
What do you guys want? Okay, fine.
Thank you. I got the first one. I thought you were still inside. That's why I didn't want to
No,
text you
I was
back.
running myself because I hate it because my son was going to go to prison for
Officer, ask you a question real quick. The black gentleman right there, is he a security guard or a police officer?
Which one?
The big guy right there.
Says police.
That's police. He told me he was a security guard. Officer, name and badge, please.
Badge number's right there.
You the one that told me you was a security guard yesterday,
Yep.
right?
Full security.
Security, right?
Full.
But you're a police officer.
Full.
You're a police officer. You lied to me yesterday.
That's good.
You were in your official capacity and you lied. Name and badge, please.
Badge number's right here, brother.
Is that what you tell the judge?
That's what I tell the judge.
You tell the judge the badge number right here.
Yes, sir.
What's your name, sir?
Judge.
So you know it's under your policies and procedures to identify yourself, right?
Whoop, whoop.
You do know that, right? Hey, excuse me. Can I get one of you guys to identify this officer right here? He fails to identify. He told me yesterday he was a security guard.
Is that the same son?
That was killed in 1990.
Seems to be the greater
No, I'm saying, is it the same son? I will know about the Samsung. Because my charging port, right? My charging port broke on my Samsung, the 9 Plus, and it broke.
Do you know his ID? His ID number?
No.
You know what's his name?
No. I'm one of you guys at Samsung.
Officer.
I broke my
Officer, name and badge, please.
4377 as well.
Would you be able to identify this officer right here? He fails to identify.
Speak to this. You can speak to this supervisor.
Officer, would you be able to identify this officer right here? He failed to identify. He told me yesterday he was a security guard. I just asked him to identify himself. He fails to identify. Would you be able to enforce the law according to your policies and procedures?
It's actually a law.
When I engage a police officer, they're supposed to identify themselves.
Chapter 41.
Would you be able to get him to
I'll get to it.
It's actually a law.
Yeah, I'm looking at Fitzgerald 115. I'll get to it. You can touch base with me in a little while. We're not going to start anything right now, just with everything going on.
Well, we're not just starting anything. It's just a simple ID.
And I'll handle it. And I'll come talk to you in a little bit, I said. So just hang out, and I'll be here all day.
You have the Samsung, for the charger ports?
It'll be nice to put that thing away, sir.
Yeah, you're working in your official capacity right now.
Put it away.
No cell phone usage, please. Thank you.
They acting up. They put them in a hole. And then their family died from the community.
You know, man, it's no justice. It's just
they
us.
Come back here.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
You know what? A friend of mine, detective, long time ago told me that. Youngest detective ever came on the force. And he still holds that record. And he said to me, I said, well, what about the justice? He says, no justice. It's just us. Meaning police force, my brother.
Wow.
Ain't no justice.
The Blue Line Gang.
Until we fight for what we believe in. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Last time, officer, will you please identify yourself? Last chance. You failed to comply with identifying yourself?
How you been? All right.
There's no good police officer.
I know him over 30 years.
There's no good police officers. Let me tell you why.
Wow.
Because even if he's good and he's never violated anybody's rights and never done anything, he knows a fellow police officer that did, so that makes him complicit.
I've known him a long time.
There's no good police officer.
There is some good ones. I got some I grew up with, man. There is some good police officers.
Do you know any human being that you was with?
We're not speaking of human beings. We're speaking of police officers. We're not speaking of human beings. We're speaking of police officers. We're not speaking of private citizens. We're speaking of police officers. He's not a good police officer because he's failing to identify himself. That's not a good police officer. That is not a good police officer. Do you agree that's a good police officer? He fails to identify himself to a private citizen.
What did he do to you?
He didn't identify himself.
Why would you want him to identify?
Because it's part of his policies and procedures when I ask him for his badge and name,
You know what?
to identify himself.
I can understand if he did something to you, right?
No, he doesn't have to do nothing to me. He's a public official.
I can understand.
Actually, he's a public servant.
I can understand if he did something to you and you asked him to identify himself. And
Brother,
he
you're not
didn't, and that's totally
understanding.
different.
You're
No,
not
I understand.
understanding. If I go to any police officer and ask them to identify themselves, according to their policies and procedures, they're supposed to identify themselves.
It's actually chapter 41, section 98D. It's law.
Chapter 41, section 98D is the law, officer. Chapter 41, section 98D. You are violating right now.
Law enforcement.
Well, you know,
See your point.
you're really not supposed to know what I'm talking about. It's up to you to educate yourself to know the law,
I'm
sir.
big, man. You're old enough to be my son, man. So I understand what you're saying, my brother.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And
You
I
just
got-
had a
I got
conversation
several-
to me just now about.
I got
You just
several-
had a conversation with me now. You just had a conversation with me about a detective that you spoke to who
Right.
said that
This is
there's no
different.
justice.
This is
There's
different.
just
Right.
us.
But this
Speaking
is
of the
different.
police
I'm
force,
talking about police brutality, man. I mean, he didn't do nothing to you.
he doesn't have to do anything to me for him to
That's what we
identify
get.
himself.
That's what we get.
He doesn't have to do anything to me to identify
He should be
himself.
doing something. When he engages the public, he should.
Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is an officer yesterday at the Mattapan Police District
Go up to the one of them with the go
who
back.
told me that he was a police guard. He told me that he was a security guard.
They didn't get to where they at.
All you gotta do is look at his badge number if you want him to identify himself. He didn't identify himself to me when you said something to that.
Yes, he did.
He
Yes,
said,
he did.
I'll
They
look
both
into
did.
it. He said, I'll look into it.
And he
with my badge.
identified himself.
He didn't say his name.
He did. Excuse me,
Did he say
sir.
his name?
He identified
I missed
himself.
that. I missed that.
Thank you.
We can go back. Go back.
Yeah, go back. Go back. Good one.
So you failed to identify yourself, officer?
Breaking the law enforcement.
Don't tell me to take a walk down here, man.
Blocking the road, sir.
Oh my goodness.
Just what you expected?
So this is the officer right here, said he will help me identify the officer right here. He said he'll get to it. He hasn't gotten to it yet. Just a simple ID, name and badge.
I don't want them to use it. I don't want to sell it. He ain't gonna be everything I motion. Made a half a ticket out from I put this sweet and keep me rolling, but if we catch the
Actually, it's two. Name and badge, officer. Is that what you tell the judge? Is that what you tell the judge?
Right there. Right there. That's my name. See it? All right. That's my badge right there.
You want to quote that law again?
Chapter 41, Section 98D.
Chapter 41.
Chapter 41, Section 98D as a dog.
Is it what?
As a dog. D as in dog. Chapter 41, Section 98D. You are required to identify himself. He's required to identify himself, name and badge.
My name's right there.
No, he's supposed to enunciate it. I can't read.
I
can't read. I can't read.
How you not using it?
I can't read.
You can't.
I can't read. Could you enunciate your name, please?
I was sitting to the judge.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Boston PD, non-compliant with identifying themselves.
If you really want to know who I am, my name is Captain Facing, okay? And this is my badge right here, okay?
That's all you had to do. Don't let your ego get a hold of you.
Ego's not bothering me.
Yeah, if you didn't want to identify yourself, you didn't want to enunciate your name.
Make sure you get my good side.
You had to bend over for that.
Oh, wow. Bro. Hey, be careful you don't hit nobody with that, man.
Yeah, come on, let's do it. Let's take pictures.
Do it.
Let's take pictures. Thank you. Thank you. Don't be sneaky about it. Just put it up and do it. Don't be sneaky about it.
You are creating public record.
I will have to FOIA request that. Please do not delete it. It's a felony.
It's a felony if you destroy that.
I have your name and badge. I will be FOIA requesting that.
Go right for it.
It's a felony. We can quote that law.
Doesn't matter.
Go ahead. What's going on? Want a hug? No, not really. But I like your shirt, though. What's that?
You busy right now? You busy right now?
Yeah, he did.
What are you busy doing?
Every single time something major happens. Oh my God.
Your job? Would you mind walking me over here to identify this officer? You'll get to it.
That would be something.
Just hang out. I'll get to it. You know his name already. He's already said
I don't know his name. He didn't give me his name. He didn't give me his name.
He's a police officer. His name is Officer
Okay.
Lyons.
His name is Officer who?
Lyons.
Lyons.
The lions on the force.
Officer Lyons. Officer Lyons. I will be forced to put a complaint on you because you lied to me yesterday and told me you were a security guard.
That's good. Hey, can I ask you a question?
I'm not talking to you.
That's good.
No, excuse me. I'm not. No, you can't. No. You cannot. No. No. Officer Lyons. Officer Lyons.
Right? I was wondering, would you know how to,
Are you incompetent, officer? You're talking about a phone on your full capacity. Are you incompetent right now? You're supposed to be out here at your job doing your work, and you're talking about a phone.
Well, this phone.
Are you incompetent? This is a clown suit you have on. You're in a clown suit right now, officer. Officer Lyons, please look out for that complaint. You lied to me. You lied to a private citizen about being in your official capacity.
I put the charge here, right? Yeah, the charge in the phone.
Man, if you knew this, you know what, man? If you knew him truly, you would be ashamed of yourself.
There's no such thing as a good cop.
Oh,
There's no such thing as a good cop.
I grew up with several.
There's no such thing as a good cop. I'm going to repeat to you again. Even if he has never violated anybody's rights, even if he's never done anything wrong, he knows of a fellow officer that has.
And he has checked them in the past, too. He has checked them ones that did it in front of him in the past.
Did he bring it to a judge?
Huh?
Did he bring it to a judge?
I don't know how far I went, but he checked them.
Are you an officer? Are you an officer?
I'm not an officer.
Okay, so you can't speak for him.
I can.
You can't speak for him.
I can. I grew up with him.
You retarded right now.
You know what I'm saying? I got a history with him. I know what you're saying. Never bad ones, but the good ones also. There's a lot of bad stuff.
You got this officer right here talking about a form how he's working in his official capacity.
Well, I need a phone.
He's working in his official capacity. He's talking about a phone right now.
Double right now from these.
I really believe that he's incompetent. He shouldn't be in this clown suit that he's wearing. Well, actually, he should be in the clown suit that he's wearing. He just need a wig and makeup and some big dumbass red shoes.
Once you go down there and insult them, the big time ones, see what they say.
I just did. I just came from down there. I just came. Are you a bootlicker, sir? Are you a boot? Yes.
Let me tell you something.
Are you a bootlicker, sir?
This is my neighborhood.
Okay, so why I'm filming the police? Why you got a problem with me filming the police?
I have the right to speak.
Why do you have?
No. Do I have a right to speak to you?
Why do you feel some type of way about me filming the police?
Do I have the right to speak to you, my brother? Yes, I do. You're talking to the wrong one, man.
It's right there.
Trust me.
The charger. It doesn't take a charge, right? I bought the cable, it doesn't take a charge, right? So I was asking you, you get the same phone. It doesn't take a charge. So
this is beautiful content, brother.
How do you say
this is beautiful content. The world is watching you right now. Just letting you know, the world is watching you right now.
Well, if anybody in the world has any problem with Samsung 9 Plus, let me know.
Samsung 9 Plus. Officer working in his official capacity, speaking about his phone, trying to figure out how can he get help from a private citizen about his phone. He's just asking. Officer Lyons, do you tell private citizens often that you're a security guard? Officer Lyons doesn't have anything to say, ladies and gentlemen.
So the charger, right, and the phone, plug the charger in, the charger's kind of loose. So I was wondering if you guys have the same problem with your phones.
What is your IQ? What was your IQ as
very low
when you got into the force? What was your IQ? What was your IQ level when you got into the force? Because whatever it was, I believe it's lower than what it was when you got into the force.
So look at the charger of the phone. You talk about the charger of the phone?
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Boston PD clowns. This is what we get. This is what we get. BPD clowns.
So, do you have a problem with the battery also? It does work if I put it on flat. I lay it flat, I put it on a flat, you know, the flat thing, it does work. But what happens, I don't know what it is. I don't know if you have to go in the phone, get the phone to take the charger out. I mean, the port. You have to take the port out, right? Is that what you have to do, is take the port out? I'm not familiar how you go about doing that.
That's your boss?
So yeah, he's coming now.
Coming now?
Yeah, he can get his phone.
So how you guys feel about working with your Irish co-partners who don't give a shit about y'all and talk shit about y'all every day? How do y'all feel about that? How do you feel about that? Working beside your Irish
I'm upset
co-workers.
with Samsung right now, right?
Any comment on that, officer? Can I get any comment on that, officer? They talk shit about you every day. They don't care about you. You know you part of the blue gang and you rock out with them, right? The thin blue line. Rock out. What do I mean by rock out? What I mean is you are complicit with everything that they do. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? No, how do you feel about working with Irish co-workers, Caucasian co-workers,
My personal feelings
who don't care about you at all?
My personal feelings got nothing to do with anything.
You just do.
I am not going to share my feelings about anything.
And you just get paid to do what you're told to do, right? Right. As long as you get paid to do what you, huh?
I have a job to do and I do my job.
Right.
Just like you're doing yours, right?
And just like he's doing
Let me
this,
ask you a question, though.
leaning his fat ass on the car.
Let me ask you a question. How many hits you get on YouTube? It's out of curiosity. How many hits?
As many hits as you violate people's rights. How many
I'm just
times you
curious.
violated
I'm
somebody's
just curious.
rights?
I know that guys do the YouTube thing. So
How many rights do you violate?
How many rights you violated?
no
Just
rights.
today.
You don't violate no rights? I seriously doubt that,
How many lies you made
officer.
today?
Huh?
Besides this one, how many lies did you make today? Besides you saying I don't
How many
lie.
lives did I make today?
Lies.
I can't understand you.
How many lies?
Maybe
Did
just
you
ask.
lie?
What's that for coronavirus? How are you?
Hey guys.
This lady
This
right here.
lady right here lost her son, right? She lost her son to violence right here, right? You know something right now? You know something? She made good of that, right? By helping the community out, right?
Is this your
This
bad
is the
side?
hero. These are the heroes of our community
your
right
bad side?
here. She's a hero. You know what? Thank you. I'm inspired.
I've been doing this for 21 years.
21 years.
But last year, I have a little grant. I never got a grant before, but I did last year. So with the little grant that I have, I get 7 kids scholarship. $1,000.
How many people did you lock up? How many lives did you change?
She gave away $1,000 scholarships, right? She gave away she was able to give away $1,000 in scholarships.
Ma'am, I'm sorry to hear about your loss. How you doing? I'm the Resistance, and I thank you for your donations. But I would strongly suggest that the next donation that you make, please donate it to his mental health. His mental health.
Would you donate to her family? She's trying to help the community out.
I don't donate like that. Last year it was the first year.
Have you had a psyche valve lately?
It was the first year. But I'm trying to help the survivor family who lost children to gun violence.
Okay.
And that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, and we appreciate you for that. We appreciate you
traumatized.
for doing what you're doing for the community. And I'm sorry to hear about your loss. You have a nice day, ma'am. May I continue this conversation with this officer, please? Excuse me, officer. Have you had a psyche valve lately?
I wanted to be nice. I wanted to be nice.
So, one minute.
What's up, boss?
How you doing?
Well, can I help you?
No, I didn't ask for any help.
Huh?
I didn't ask for any help.
No, but we're having a private conversation. Would you
There's
mind?
no expectation of privacy in public.
Really?
May I ask who you are? What's your name, badge?
Yeah. How you doing? I'm Lieutenant Detective Thomas Teehan, Boston Police Department. How are you today?
I'm okay until you try to violate my rights.
You know, what rights are being violated?
And you told me that I needed to walk away because you guys were having a private conversation in public.
I did that. That's not violating your rights. You're actually violating my rights.
No, I'm not. You need to brush up on the law. What right is that?
My right to have my own privacy. Just because I'm a police
There's no
officer doesn't-
expectation of privacy in public. If you want to have a private conversation, then you need to go inside, draw the shades.
Private police.
Why are you guys looking for confrontation?
Confrontation?
Yeah.
No, we're not. I'm just out here recording. I'm just out here recording.
Oh, I know you're recording.
I didn't call any confrontation. I'm just out here recording.
You guys are looking for confrontation. Why though?
How do you feel that I'm looking for confrontation when all I did was record? How do you feel that? You engaged me.
No, you engaged me.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you
I
did.
didn't.
Well, if you want to put the camera in my face just because this is what you
Not
do.
in your face. You were actually about 3 steps back.
I was having a conversation with somebody, and you felt the need to stick the camera in my face.
Well, it's my right to do that, officer.
Yeah,
you got a
listen,
problem with that, then go ahead and do something about
You
it.
have the right to do something doesn't mean it's the right thing to do.
Well, I'm doing it, and there's nothing that you can do about
That
it.
doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, not at all.
So I suggest if you want to have a private conversation, you two go in your car, roll the windows up.
That's not how it works.
Well, that's how it's going to work today.
I
You
don't
wanna
think
have a
so.
private conversation?
We just won't have the private conversation.
There you go. There you go.
I feel sorry for you guys.
I feel sorry for you too, because I feel as though that you violated rights for many years.
This is the best you guys got to do.
I feel as though that you violated rights for many years. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you, officer. How many rights have you violated during your career? That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. You know that's a lie. Yes, it is. It's a lie.
How do you know it's a lie?
Because you're a police
no
officer.
one doesn't lie. Everybody's got to lie at one point.
So you guys are lying now.
What's up, brother? How you doing? You one of the owners?
Yeah, I am.
How you doing, man? Nice to meet you. You giving out any free samples today?
No, you know we can't do that. You trying to get me on camera. You trying to get me. He's trying to get me, and he's trying to get me on camera. That's what we're doing today.
Are you the owner?
Yeah, one of the owners. You good on the water?
Thank you.
So the name of your establishment is Pure Oasis?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, and what do you offer? What do you offer? The edibles?
Absolutely, everything.
Okay.
If you think about it, we have
I'll
it.
take one.
And we have stuff you haven't even thought about.
Okay.
Thank you.
You want to violate it?
No snake, yeah. I don't want water from a cop. No.
Okay, stop it.
I got it from him.
I know, right? I gave him the water that gave
Well, if you gave it to me, I'd take it. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
I say I feel bad. This is what they do. This is their purpose
Excuse
in
me.
life. Just
What are you getting back from him for the water?
Oh, come on, guys. I got stuff to do.
Come on, man. Nothing is free.
All the time. Got it good. All the time.
As
no, absolutely
Sergeant
not.
Detective.
Lieutenant Detective.
Even more money.
Lieutenant Detective team.
Of what?
Nah, you guys definitely don't pay me enough. Not for this.
Yeah, I know you make
I don't think you
well
work
over
hard
6
enough.
figures.
You have no idea.
I don't think you work hard enough.
I'm pushing 7 figures next year.
Look at that.
Pushing 7 figures, ladies and gentlemen.
With all my investments and my
You hear
real
that?
estate.
You hear
The
that?
money that we gave you.
You didn't give me no money.
Yep.
You get paid by taxpayers' dollars. So yes, we do give you money.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do. You get paid by taxpayers' dollars.
No, I don't.
Are you working in your official capacity right now?
Another lie.
No.
Another lie.
Here we go, ladies and
Let's
gentlemen.
record the liars.
We already know that you're allowed to lie.
Public doesn't-
We already know that you're allowed to lie. We know that already. We know that you can lie.
Supreme Court ruled that the cops can lie. They can deceive you to get you to incriminate yourself.
Is this what you guys do for a hobby?
What do you call this?
I golf. What do you guys do?
What do you call
I
this?
hold you.
This is your thing?
I hold you accountable, and I show transparency.
Is that why you wear a mask?
Here we go,
There you go.
ladies and
There
gentlemen.
you
More
go.
questions.
There you
More
go.
questions. I don't answer questions.
There you go.
I don't answer questions.
What happened to transparency?
This is it. This is it right here.
Lucky man.
The world's going to know you, Lieutenant Detective.
I have a battery to it.
Small portable. What do you have? Go USB. It goes USB. Yeah.